The following is an ESG video brief.
Hi, I'm Jason Buffington, Principal Analyst at ESG. You know, some things just make sense together. They're awesome individually, but even better than the sum of their parts, like peanut butter and jelly, meat and potatoes, Cisco and Veeam. If you follow ESG's coverage of the data protection market, you know that I'm a huge fan of what we term data protection appliances. We use this DPA diagram to explain that not every black box with blinky lights that's used for data protection purposes is really a purpose-built appliance, meaning that not all of them actually do backups. Some are simply target systems that should be fed by other backup or archive software, but they do offer dedupe or compression or cloud tiering. Others are turnkey solutions that either focus on backup or replication recovery within BCDR scenarios. And that can be an important and interesting distinction. Some vendors mix up backup and archive and data protection as interchangeable terms. Some vendors have moved beyond backup and are focused on recovery. And there really is a mindset difference between building a solution for optimum retention, backup and archive, and a solution for optimum recoverability, which often includes agility, granularity, etc. For example, in the server virtualization world, it isn't near as hard to back up a virtual machine, though some still actually struggle with that. The real differentiator is how quickly can you restore a VM? How granular can you restore a single file or an email or an object or whatever? Certainly a key factor is whether you can recover a VM by bringing it up online from within the backup server pool without first having to restore the VM to a production host. Case in point, Veeam, whose name is synonymous with VM backup and recovery, touts their instant recovery feature of VMs. In fact, based on our earlier conversation where some vendors are evolving from backup to restore, Veeam is evolving from restore to availability as their driving vision, in part because of their recovery capabilities as well as the proactive aspects such as Veeam Virtual Lab, etc. Now that being said, if you're going to raise the IT availability by leveraging a flexible virtualization, protection, and recovery features of Veeam, you better be running your data protection availability technologies on hardware that's also optimized for both data protection and server virtualization. When we look at the server infrastructure that many of the most enterprise-class virtualization stacks, including converged infrastructure solutions, are built on, it's often Cisco servers and networking. Well, if a Cisco server appliance is ideal for production virtualization, you can imagine how well it can run VMs when you need it during a rapid restore event from Veeam. So, I hope you're as excited about the idea of a Veeam plus Cisco data protection appliance solution as I am. Cisco is calling the solution Cisco Data Protection with Veeam, or CDPV. Alternatively, Cisco has a reference architecture that includes its C240 or C3260 high-density servers that are designed to be integrated with Veeam software by a reseller or integrator, which they call Cisco Data Protection for Veeam. The Cisco Data Protection with Veeam is a data protection appliance that's a turnkey solution, which is designed around agile recovery scenarios so as to increase IT availability and therefore business continuity of the environment. There are some obvious scenarios where this could fit really well. Remote office, branch office locations, especially where the IT environment has been consolidated down into a hyper-converged or unified virtualization stack. If so, then simply dropping in a data protection appliance that has virtualization-specific protection recovery, like Veeam, in a robo-optimized appliance whose foundation is ideal for virtualization, like Cisco, makes sense. Small businesses whose whole IT infrastructure stack, again, looks like a converged or hyper-converged environment would see similar benefits with a turnkey appliance that protects and fails over VMs within a single solution. In fact, both of these scenarios, Robo and SMB, lend themselves well to hyper-converged appliances for production. And as such, seems like a no-brainer for a virtualization-optimized protection recovery appliance to be paired up with it. But there are a few other ideas as well. I could imagine dropping this type of solution into a colo service provider as part of a BCDR plan as a turnkey autonomous secondary site. In fact, from a cloud provider perspective, the Cisco Veeam solution is already being used by service providers to protect host-based VMs and infrastructure as a service and DR as a service solutions with Veeam's Cloud Connect in order to take advantage of the rapid recovery and storage capabilities of the Cisco 3260. And that all makes sense considering the high performance of the direct attached disk within the solution compared with expensive SAN approach. We'll see what Cisco and Veeam want to do with this, but it has a lot of good potential as distributors such as Avnet start gearing up to pre-assemble the solution. And that's when things get even more exciting for everyone. In fact, the ESG lab team will be digging into the solution and looking at how it compares with de facto methods of virtualization protection and recovery that others are struggling with today. I'm Jason Buffington for ESG. Thanks for watching.